Good morning. This is White Raptor News Ministries. How's everybody doing? All praise and glory to the Supreme Spirit of Truth, the living authority that moves all things in place, the eternal, self-existing, always existed, has always been. That is mind-blowing concept that the Supreme Spirit has always existed. Okay, the Supreme Spirit didn't have a beginning, and it didn't have an end. So I get questions sometimes like this one here. Do you have any evidence of that? Because I was in this thread here, and Leviticus is in the Old Testament. We Christians follow the New Testament. The Jews follow the Old Testament, not believing that Christ shed his blood for us. You need to talk to a priest. That was the comment. Well, I'm pretty sure that the Old Testament came before the New Testament, so anything that was written of the New Testament would mean change. In fact, when you talk about change, it straight up tells you. It tells us right here in their very own Bible, this is the New Testament writings. For when the priesthood is changed, the law must be changed as well. What was the priesthood changed from? It was changed from the priesthood of Israel to the priesthood of the Gentile. You got to understand that the Gentile got their hands on the book and they've changed the scriptures, and it's telling you that the priesthood was changed and the law must be changed as well. So the Gentile changed the law. The Gentile have now told you that you're no longer underneath of the law. And that, my friends, is blasphemy. To everybody. It's blasphemy to be taught that kind of garbage. So my reply to this guy who said you need to talk to a priest is I wipe up the floor with those fake Nazi-ass Jews. Laughing, trying to talking to a priest and you'll be molested, which is true. Everything that is evil all comes from the church. Comes from this church right here. Right here, this is the church. This is the Catholic Church, okay? If you can't see that doesn't look like a serpent to you, then I'm sorry, there's no help for you. You can't see that this is Jesus emerging from the pit, and these are little dead skulls, sucked up little bodies, demonites, that's what this is. And here's your little Pope right there. Okay, for the Catholic Church, for those of you that are in the Catholic faith, there you are, there's your serpent. You are the serpent race. You are the Grand Master. All divisions of religion come from the serpent race. Okay, we're all of us. There's not a single one of us here. Look, Genesis chapter 1, verse 25, Bible Hub. Genesis 1:25 says, God made the beasts of the earth, each according to their kinds. Here's the beast of the earth right here. So hang in there with me, man. So when I say that these are the beasts here, it's Putin, okay? It's the Czechoslovakian bonehead, whatever his name is. It's the United Nations secretary and those that rule the world. It's our very own presidents, all of them, each and every one. It's our senators, all of them, all 50 Shades of Grey. That's what the movie 50 Shades of Grey was really about. It's about the 50 Shades of Grey of the United States, the depravity of sex that you guys have fallen in. You've taken a big bite of the shit sandwich and you fucking love it. It's these parasites. This is a beast. This handsome man, this rich man, he's a parasite. He's a maggot. He's a worm, is what he is. Hoffa, another maggot and worm. And you guys revel them. They're folk heroes like Bonnie and Clyde. This guy here, Farrakhan. He's a con man is what he is. Lying out his teeth, man. You know? And these here, these are your presidents, right? JFK, you know, these are the presidents that kind of went against everything. President JFK and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X. And then when you put all these together, these last three together, when you stand out against the principalities, when you start bringing truth or you try to change something, because that's what these historical folks here have done, okay? These are historical people that spoke truth, and the results of that are put out on your deathbed. That's the results when you go against the people. Malcolm X. And then you have, I looked for through all these photos and stuff for 7 pages. Anyways, I looked through 7 pages because I was looking for a shot of JFK. It's kind of funny that they got you pictures of Malcolm X and Martin Luther King laid out on a gurney, but they don't have any pictures of JFK laid out like that. So instead, let's do this. This is what happens when you go against the slave masters. He just got shot. And she's leaning, boom. Boys and girls, this plane of existence is evil. The evil is telling you it doesn't matter who you are. The presidency is supposed to be the most powerful man protected in the space. This is all inside. This was all inside. And it was probably Lyndon B. Johnson that did it. Right here, 10 years, 36th President of the United States began November 22nd because he wanted that war. So these are the beasts, all these people that are in power. And then, of course, we can't forget these here, images of troops marching in ranks. These are your beasts of the field, folks, okay? I can't break it down for you any simpler, what the Bible's telling you. All right, the government is all that is evil, all right? Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, Bible Hub. So you have, for a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulders, Jesus' shoulders, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And this Prince of Peace is through war, folks. That's what you got to understand. Peace through war. That's why they called the old Colt 45 the Peacemaker, because it's peace through war, okay? By the will of evil, bow to our will, let us put in a new regime, and let us implant new presidents and foreign governments and pay everybody off for the power. So, for unto us a child is born as the Nazarene, Jesus, it's Yeshua. Unto us a child, Yeshua, is born. Unto us Jesus is given. This is a split parable between the two, telling us that Jesus and Yeshua are two different ones, and I can plainly show you that. John chapter 5, verse 31, Bible Hub. You have Jesus... You have Jesus here who's saying, if I testify about myself, my testimony is not valid. John chapter 8, verse 14, Bible Hub. And then you have Jesus here again speaking out and saying, if I testify about myself, my testimony is valid, because I know where I came from and where I'm going. But you do not know where I came from or where I'm going. So I would ask Christians, because this is brilliant. The saddest thing about Christians is you guys push your God, Jesus Christ. You push it. And I'm telling you, you push it by what you've watched on the television set, the greatest story ever told, the Passion of Christ, all these stories about Jesus Christ, and they've all changed. Do you understand? They write Jesus into these movies of Jesus Christ, every time. I'm waiting to see when they're going to write a black Jesus man into. I wonder how Hollywood would like that. But you do not know where I came from or where I'm going. Why don't Christians know where Jesus came from or where he's going? These are important questions to ask. So let's touch a little bit deeper on these two parables here. If I testify about myself, my testimony is not valid. There's another who testifies about me, which would be who knows that his testimony about me is valid. So whose testimony? Who is this? There's another who testifies about me. Christians will tell you that this is the supreme God, Jesus. Hold on. How could that be Jesus? Jesus is the one that's speaking, and he's telling you that there's another who can testify about him. Why can't Jesus testify about himself if he's God? Because no man on the face of this earth, you got to use discernment here, can testify about themselves. I'm telling you straight up, man, if you're in court and all you have is one witness against you, you're better off fighting your own case yourself. Seriously. Because one person's testimony is not enough. You have to have two people's testimony. One person's testimony is simply your word against their word. Anyone could testify against you. I could go and say, walk into a police station and say, yeah, I know Captain Chris Perry of the Ceres Police Department, that he likes little girls. I could say that. Why don't they come after me if I say something like that? Huh? Why? Well, Captain Chris Perry, he hid information. He let officers go that beat me down in a parking lot for no reason at all. No one was held accountable for their actions. That's what makes Captain Chris Perry a big a PC, a pussy. That's what I'm talking about. I haven't forgot about you guys. Okay, you're created crooked. You better wake up. My testimony is not valid. But then he says here, you judge according to the flesh. I judge no one. Jesus says he judges no one. Hold on. He judges no one? I thought judgment was on the world. I could do this all day long. John chapter 3, verse 16, Bible Hub. Okay, God so loved the world that he gave his only Son, that whoever believes in him shall not perish, but have eternal life. John. Okay. God so loved the world? That makes no sense. John 12:31, contradictions in the Bible. Now judgment is upon this world. Now the prince of this world will be cast out. The prince of this world will be cast out. Well, what did I just show you earlier? The prince of this world. Here, Isaiah 9:6. For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given. The governments will be upon his shoulders. He will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Jesus will be Prince of Peace. Jesus will be Prince of Peace. Right there. Now, judgment is upon the world. Now the prince of this world will be cast out. Now I know that we've all been taught the prince of darkness. Well, I've been teaching you that the prince of darkness is Jesus. But what I wanted to get to in this comment section, I almost lost it. Sometimes I do that. Jesus had kids, Jesus lived, and Jesus prospered in the Lord's hands. Okay, and then this guy here, Frank Mick Ikiyame, any evidence of that? Well, you know me. Of course there's evidence of it right here. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. He hath put him to grief. when thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin, which is all bullshit, he shall see his seed. Jesus, this is Jesus we're talking about. 53 of Isaiah paints the pathway to Jesus. He shall see his seed. That's saying that he shall see his offspring. Jesus will see his offspring. He shall prolong his days. Jesus lived. He didn't die on the cross. And the pleasure of the Lord shall prosper in his hands. Jesus was prosperous. Jesus lived long. And Jesus had children. All right there. And this is how badass I am in reading this Bible today. I feel so powerful. I feel so powerful, man. I can whoop Satan's ass today, man. You know why? Because I became more crafty than the beast. I learned what the beast was all about and who it is. So we need to go here to this guy, right? Now, I already left a comment. They already took it down. All I said to the guy, in fact, sometimes I think a lot of these accounts are fake. It's just a fake question, because I could ask this guy multiple questions and the comment wouldn't be there. So he did ask the question, and this is a religious topic that's taking place. So under the First Amendment to the Constitution of the United States, this should be a protected comment. I should be able to share this information with somebody and it not be taken down. But the slave masters, they take the stuff down because I'm too powerful in the scriptures today. People ask questions to me today, I have answers. And that's the whole thing. When a minister answers a question for you folks, it should be, it should make sense. An answer should make sense. So we've seen here, look, it's 9:05. I'm going to go cut to a break right now, and then we're going to come back and we're going to see if this comment is left, in 5 or 10 minutes, and see if the comment's still there, if they took it down. So I'm going to break. Oh boy, guys, I just got another comment that I get to do after this one here. Battle, 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 man. These are good questions, he says. What is the image of God inside of you? What does that mean to you? What love to hear your thoughts. Now, that's pretty cool, man. So I'll go over there and I'll give her a visit and I'll leave her a little comment too. But back to where I was at here. Is there any evidence of that? See, my comment's gone, guys. It's gone. And that should be a no-no right there. You see what I'm saying? When people ask for questions, so it leads me to believe, is this person here even real? You just saw it, man. We're back. And that's what I did. I pasted the response to that. That was also... That's Isaiah 53:10 that I was reading from, folks. It tells you that Jesus lived prolonged life. He prospered in the Lord's hands, and he had children. He had offspring. So real quick, I'm going to pop into Joshua chapter 7. Since I'm here and I've been running my mouth, let's go ahead and pop in here and read this and get it busted out. But the Israelites were unfaithful in regards to their devoting things. Achan, son of Carmi, the son of Zimri, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, took some of them. So the Lord's anger burned against Israel. The Lord's anger burned against Israel. Again, always. I'm telling you, I've been reading all this Bible, folks, and it would appear that the Lord's anger is burned against you since the very beginning. Now, Joshua sent men from Jericho to Ai, and that's Ai, by the way, which is near Beth Aven, to the east of Bethel, and told them, go up and spy out the region. So the men went up and spied out Ai. When they returned to Joshua, give me 1 second here. Well, I couldn't find what it was I was looking for, so let's just continue on with this lesson. When they returned to Joshua, they said, "Not all the enemy will have to go up against Ai. Send 2 or 3 thousand men to take it, and do not weary the whole army, for only a few people live there." So about 3,000 went up, but they were routed by the men of Ai, who killed about 36 of them. 3 6s. 3 6s, 36 of them. They chased the Israelites from the city gate as far as the stone quarry and struck them down on the slopes. At this, the heart of the people melted in fear and became like water. Then Joshua tore his clothes and fell face down to the ground before the ark of the Lord, remaining there till evening. The elders of Israel did the same, and sprinkled dust on their heads. And Joshua said, "Alas, sovereign Lord, why did you even bring these people across the Jordan to deliver us into the hands of the Amorites to destroy us?" This ongoing battle. This battle has always existed. Israel has been at war with everybody ever since, but you got to understand, those Israelites that are in the providence of Israel today aren't the true Israelites. This is why this plane of existence is in constant turmoil, because you have nations of people that have stole the birthright of God's chosen children, those that fell from grace, those that died just like us. When the bloodline of Adam and Eve ate from that apple, and God said that you will surely die that day, I'm sorry to say that the Israelite died that day as well. They became dead like us, though they carry the breath of life. Understand, the breath of life and the seed are two different things. The breath of life is spirit. The seed is flesh. So when the breath of life says to the seed, "I shall place your seed between you and the woman," the breath of life, that was the supreme spirit, the one true creator, giving orders, using everything that he creates to his glory, and telling it what to do, what it can and cannot do. In order to teach a soul, you have to materialize a flesh suit, trap the flesh suit to teach the soul. This is a deep spiritual war that's taking place. You need to wake up. If only we had been content to stay on the other side of the Jordan, always beckoning against the Creator. Or I should say Yahweh. Beckoning against Yahweh. Yahweh is giving you commands. Yahweh is the God of Israel. As the Bible tells us. I don't worship Yahweh either, folks, because Yahweh is a man. Pardon your servant, Lord. What can I say? Now that Israel has been routed by its enemies, the Canaanites and other people on the country will hear about this, and they will surround us and wipe out our name from the earth. What then will you do for your great name? The Lord said to Joshua, Yahweh, the Lord Yahweh, and this is the self-existing eternal God of Israel, not the same. And I mean, I'm not telling, if Israel wants to call their God Yahweh, or Yahweh, who am I to tell you anything different? I don't know. I just know that I realize I had a memory wipe, and we're born into this plane of existence with a memory wipe. And the only way that the truth can come back to you is by asking for that spirit of truth to always be upon you, to walk in the truth daily, to learn as much as you can, to continue to praise the Supreme Spirit, the living one that gives the breath of life. See, here we're at the man and woman in the garden. This isn't the same as the man that's created in an image on the sixth day of creation. Okay, the Lord God formed man from the dust of the ground and breathed the breath of life into his nostrils. The breath of life, breath of life. The breath is the wind. Okay? the breath of life into his nostrils, and the man became a living being. I don't like this part right here where it says angry or vital breath, divine inspiration, intellect, or an animal. So this man here is not created on the sixth day. This man here has the breath of life put in the nostrils, and this man here becomes a living being. This is the man in the garden, okay? The woman's not created here. This is a man created by himself, all right? And then later, Eve is created from the rib, not the literal rib. They didn't cut him open, take a rib out of him. They, the spirit, whoever, in this case, we must confess, all of us within ourselves, to believe in the spiritual world. Then we must know that somewhere along the creation story, that the material world was allowed to be created. So you have the breath of life, and that's the difference between your two creations. So also now the Lord said to Joshua, stand up. What are you doing down on your face? Israel has sinned. They have violated my covenant, which I commanded them to keep. They have taken some of the devoted things. They have stolen. They have lied. They have put them with their own possessions. That is why the Israelites cannot stand against their enemies. They turn their backs and run because they have been made liable to destruction. I will not be with you anymore unless you destroy whatever among you is devoted to destruction. And he's talking about idols here. Idols are those that are created in Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. Genesis chapter 1, verse 27. This man here, created on the sixth day of creation, is not a living being. It's the dead. It's created in an image. An image is to shade a phantom. It's an illusion, hence a representative figure, especially an idol. This man created on the sixth day of creation is an idol. It's no more than a stick, okay? It's a magic man. This is why the word mage is in image. I'm a mage. Woo, I'm so good. Thank you, Spirit of Truth. All praise and glory to the mighty Most High, our Creator, who is one. There's only one. All right? Supreme authority that gives power. There's only, just like there's one man on this plane of existence that runs the show, which would be Pope Francis right now. There's a spirit that runs the show outside of this plane of existence. You got to understand that we are spiritual beings. We are souls. This is a spiritual war. It's not a flesh war, folks. That's a trap. All the flesh is a trap. That's all I can tell you. So, Israel sinned. Go, consecrate the people. Tell them, consecrate yourselves in preparation for tomorrow. For this is what the Lord, the God of Israel, says. There are devoted things among you, Israel. You cannot stand against your enemies until you remove them, your idols. In the morning, present yourselves tribe by tribe. The tribe the Lord chooses shall come forward, clan by clan. The clan of the Lord chooses shall come forward, family by family. And the family of the Lord chooses shall come forward, man by man. Whoever is caught with the devoted things shall be destroyed by fire, along with all that belongs to him. He has violated the covenant of the Lord and has done an outrageous thing in Israel. Early the next morning, Joshua had Israel come forward by tribe, and Judah was chosen. The clan of Judah came forward, and the Zezerites were chosen. He had the clan of the Zezerites come forward by family, and Zimri was chosen. Joshua had his family come forward man by man, and Achan'S son of Carmi, the son of Zimri, the son of Zerah, of the tribe of Judah, was chosen. Then Joshua said to Achan, my son, give glory to the Lord, the God of Israel, and honor him. Tell me what you have done. Do not hide it from me. Achan replied, it is true. I have sinned against the Lord, the God of Israel. This is what I have done. When I saw in the plunder a beautiful robe from Babylonia, 200 shekels of silver, and a bar of gold weighing 50 shekels, I coveted them and took them. They are hidden in the ground inside my tent, with the silver underneath. So Joshua sent messengers, and they ran to the tent, and there it was hidden in the tent, with the silver underneath. They took the things from the tent, brought them to Joshua and all the Israelites, and spread them out before the Lord. Spread them out before a man. Okay? Yahweh is a man, folks. Remember that. This is crucial for you to understand that anything that is in a flesh suit is being used from the Supreme Spirit of Truth. Then Joshua, with all Israel, took Achan, son of Zerah, the silver, the robe, the gold bar, his sons and daughters, his cattle, donkey, and sheep, his tent, and all that he had, to the valley of Achor. Joshua said, why have you brought this trouble on us? The Lord will bring trouble on you today. Then all Israel stoned him, and after they had stoned the rest, they burned them. Over Achan they heaped up a large pile of rock, which remains to this day. Then the Lord turned from his fierce anger. Therefore, that place had been called the Valley of Achor ever since. Okay, folks, I'm going to cut out. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. This is White Raptor News. All praise and glory to the Supreme Spirit of Truth, the living one that gives the breath of life. This is White Raptor News Ministries.